me about the children.
343 Industries steps into the scene with the divisive, yet still generally well-acclaimed, Halo 4. Much like Halo 2, many of the fans debate whether this game is indeed good or bad, particularly its main campaign, because unfortunately, like Halo 2, though not as offensively bad, there are one or two anticlimactic moments. Especially with a final boss, if you can even consider the final boss in Halo 4. On the other hand, I absolutely adore this game, because narratively speaking, it makes the boldest step in terms of world building. It gets personal. We've already seen the Master Chief succeed in saving the world, but now he's put to the test emotionally, as his companion AI, Cortana, is beginning to deteriorate before his eyes. This game is graphically impressive to begin with. People are rather divisive on the redesigns of particular characters, which also in turn makes for a consistency question in regards to Master Chief's slumber, and I would have preferred on a collision course on its way to the nearby planet. You fight off aliens in a setting of low gravity. You sprint for certain parts of the ship as it begins to tear itself apart. Master Chief and Cortana are sucked into the world, and transition title. And just like the first game, the second level focuses on building atmosphere. Only this time, it does something extra to really add to the stakes. Master Chief learns that Cortana is dying. See, in the lore of Halo, AI with personalities that can think and feel like Cortana have a 7-year lifespan, and Cortana has reached her 8th year. The stoic Master Chief is determined to somehow revive Cortana to prevent her doom from happening. So they enter this strange new planet, featuring immense floating skyscrapers that build a sense of wonder, and the music is an excellent accompaniment. Which is something worthy to note because Martin O'Donnell left the music department, just as Bungie left the helms of Halo to 343 Industries. The composers of the music were clever enough not to try to duplicate or be superior to Martin O'Donnell, but rather pay homage to him. Martin O'Donnell's music has become a staple for the franchise, as well as the video game industry in general. And fortunately, these new music composers find just the right balance, leading to some callbacks to previous song compositions, as well as some warmly welcomed new epic compositions, like the theme of 117. Yeah, Master Chief didn't really have a theme song in the original trilogy. And this is one of the few Halo soundtracks where brass takes a bit of a central focus. Brass is usually associated with military work, so it's appropriate then that this more serious yet still heroic soundtrack would complement John 117, and also the more emotional stakes at risk, aside from certain narrative points in Halo 3. Yet even then, it kind of felt like a last-minute addition. Here, their relationship takes central stage, and it truly elevates this game. In fact, there are some moments during cutscenes and gameplay where the music stops, and you just hear Master Chief exchanging with Cortana about what's happening. And despite Master Chief's confidence, you can't help but feel sorry for the two of them. Other human companions are of course concerned about this, and one even demands that Master Chief surrenders the AI before anything gets worse. Master Chief says no. Also, side note, I've read one comment in a video that pointed this out, but that general person there must have a lot of courage to give an opposing order to a one-man army who's technically come back from the dead, as far as everyone else is aware, after saving the world multiple times, largely by himself. Kudos to you, man, kudos. Also introduced to this game are a new set of enemies called the Prometheans. As it turns out, most of the Forerunners had somewhat of a bitter war with the humans, and one Forerunner in particular has returned. This Forerunner is called the Diadact, and his symbolically Greek mythological minions, the Prometheans, are attempting to activate a doomsday device, which, to my knowledge, surprisingly enough, is not another Halo ring, even though another Halo ring was mentioned in passing. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that Halo ring that Master Chief encountered was ever brought up again. Anyway, these Prometheans are cool new enemies to take on. They have this lit-up otherworldly design. The weapons they drop have a really cool aesthetic to them, and the Promethean Knights can be quite a challenge to take on. I understand that some people would love to complain that the Promethean Knights are nothing but bullet sponges, but aren't all the enemies bullet sponges? The gameplay also introduces some new power-ups, not too far off from what was introduced in Halo Reach. This time you hold down the C key to activate them. Being someone who liked to play as Brigitte in Overwatch, I was pleasantly surprised by the shield option that Master Chief had. You also have the opportunity of a little mini turret, if you want a bit more firepower when taking on hordes of enemies, a rocket jetpack that can make you slide from side to outmaneuver enemy fire, and a few more, I think. This Forerunner villain was brilliantly introduced, emerging from the big lava ball thingy, and instantly knew where Master Chief was despite him hiding, able to manipulate the elements around him, and I'm assuming he can use the Force, or something like that, as he uses supernatural powers to withhold Master Chief, and the Covenant bowed down to this Forerunner. It was a great villain introduction, if you ask me. Which is a shame then, because the last level, as epic as it was presented, had little to no direct confrontation with him, despite taking on his minions, foiling his plans, and using the power of quick-time events to anticlimactically stop him, with Cortana's help, of course. I should probably get mad at this, but when I look at Halo 4, I realize that the main focus was never about the villain. It was about that relationship between Master Chief and Cortana.
They don't care about you, they replaced you! Blast it!
It's okay.
How? How is this okay? How is putting you at risk because I can't hold it together okay? Chief, do you even understand what rampancy is? Really? We don't just shut down. Our cognitive processes begin dividing exponentially according to our total knowledge base. We literally think ourselves to death.
You know I won't let that happen.
And if it happens anyway?
Which reaches its heartbreaking conclusion after the finale. Thus, whilst victory is attained, Master Chief is left emotionally scarred. So, once again, not exactly pitch perfect. But as far as I'm aware, I'm the kind of person who's into thematics and narratives. Something that's often overlooked in video games. And I think this is one of the strongest narratives in the franchise. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below.